to the tutorial. Today we're going to be building a Class C Workhorse type ship. It does hold a crew of 8, has plenty of cargo space, 3,800, holds lots of passengers, even though it would be possible to drop some of the habs and add more cargo space. More about that later. Now I thought for this ship, because it is so large, I thought I would show you it is nimble and works well in a fight, as you can see here. Now that the Crimson Fleet are out of the way, let's take a quick walk through the ship. So we have a 2-man cockpit here. Right off of this is a computer core. And then we have a 2x2 battle station. So we have a total of 8 crew on this ship, as stated earlier. Over here to the left we have, I believe this one's a living quarter, then a berth. Of course you can put whatever habs you want. Or, as stated earlier, you could leave these habs out and put more cargo in their place. Then we have the docker right here. Go down one, we have our landing bay access here. Moving forward from here, we have a living berth, living quarter. This is a berth, I think. And then here we have a storage area. Then over on this side to the front we have a weapon storage, and to the back we have the captain's quarters. Then over here on the other side we have the science lab and a workshop. Alright, that's the ship. Let's get it built. Alright, to build this ship we're going to want to go to the Taiyo Astroneering in the Volii system. It's on Neon. So we're going to go to the Volii system, and then we want to actually go to Neon itself. Once in Neon, if you'll notice here, one side is the pipes and that kind of stuff, and the other side looks all red. So if you exit the elevators, you want to go to the left. If you spawn in and you're facing the elevators, you want to go to your right. So exit the elevator, go to the left all the way down, and you'll see another set of elevators here. We're going to want to go to the Taiyo Astroneering floor. Once here, we'll go out off to the right, down this set of stairs here to the right, and we're going to want to speak to Ms. Young.
It's so nice to have you here. How can I help you? You won't regret your purchase.
Here are all the parts we're gonna need. Parts list is in the comments down below. So to start off with, I always start off with my landing bay because that is going to determine where everything's going to hook up in the ship. So for this build, we're using the Shipbed 200 landing bay. To this, we want to use a Companionway 1x1 bottom B. We're going to hook in, see this shows where the entrance and exit to it is. Then off of that, we are going to want to go with an all-in-one berth 2x1 bottom A. And then finally in front of that, we want to go with a storeroom 1x1 bottom A. All right. Then, to make things look right, we want to go with one of these Taiyo Cowling Fore bottoms. We'll go right there. Off on this side, we want to put a science lab 2x1. Right there. And then right behind that, the workshop. Then on the other side, we want an Armory 2x1 bottom B. And behind that, our captain's quarters 2x1 bottom A. Now, once we build out, as you can see, there'll be a walkway here. If you go with the bottom B, you could put a portal right here. And if you went with the bottom B of the captain's quarters, you could put a portal right there. So I'll show you that real quick. Let's get rid of that. We will add a captain's quarters bottom B. Has the place where you can put windows. So we will add that right there. Now, we could put a portal there if we wanted to. So go to structural, portal. Portal right there, and we will add one to the other side. Okay. Let me get back to my list here. Okay, now, to make things look decent here, we're going to throw in 2 more of these cowlings along the bottom here. 1 on each side. Now let's start up with our second level. Now the landing bay is here, so we come off into the landing bay. So I'm going to want my stairs to come up right here. Now on the battleship 2x2, if you have your stairs elsewhere, then this back corner right here is a closet. But if you put it over that right there, now it will be a stairwell. Now, if you're building this for the first time, we will be moving on to the Demos Star Yard to finish the build. You may want to put so that you can fly the ship there. you may want to go ahead and put in a docker here just to make sure that you're able to fly the ship at the end. The docker we're using comes from Demos, so you're not able to get that here. Now, moving on, we want to build out towards our bridge now. So, right here, you could put a living quarters, a berth. You could put anything you want there. I went with the computer core just because it's more ship-like, I guess, going from the battle station to the bridge. But anyhow, you need something there. So I went with, like I say, the computer core 2x1. Then that will allow us to put in our bridge. I'm not going to try to pronounce that, so we went with that command bridge there. It's the one that had the largest amount of cargo. Computer core and bridge. Okay, and let's finish off our second level habs here. So next one we're going to put in is a Taiyo living quarter 2x1. Of course, as stated earlier, you can leave some of these habs out, switch them around, anything like that you'd like to, and put cargo in their place or something different hab if you want a different hab. So behind that, we're going to put the all-in-one berth 2x1 again. And next, we're going to finish off our looks here. We're going to go with two of these Taiyo Cowling Fores tops this time. One on each side of the ship there. Now, I am on this build, everything but the power core is hidden. So I have put the helium tank here. Again, if you want to get rid of some habs, you can, and put, if you get rid of some habs, you can put a second one there, tank there. You noticed our mobility is starting to drop though, so we'll leave that out. Tank. Next, we're going to go with the shield. I went with the SG 1800. It has a 1600. It is the best shield. And then I paired it with a Grav drive. Now, I am going with a Class B Grav drive. It's perfectly alright to do so. The main reason I'm going with the Class B rather than the Class C is because it is a single level rather than a dual level. Okay. Now next we are going to place our landing gear. So we have the Pinpoint 4G landing gear port. We're going to have 3 of those. We're going to go 1, 2 right behind it, and then 1 at the very end. And then for the other side, we're going to match it. Same thing on the other side. And then for the cargo, I went with the Galleon S202 cargo holds. 2 of them, so that they stack and they match our sides of the ship there. And we will just place 2 in right there. And we will place 2 along the other side. Then we want to place these Taiyo braking. I'm keeping track of what I'm doing here, marking things off as I get them placed. So we want the Taiyo braking engine. We're going to go both a port and a starboard version of it. One there and one there. Now, to finish off the reactor actually attaches to one of these hulls here. To get around that, you can temporarily move this helium tank to right there. That will allow you to attach your Grav drive. Now notice the Grav drive is step up one spot. Then to this we want to add our engines. I went with the Poseidon DT 230s, and on each side of it the Ares DT 60s to round out all of our engines. Now, if you're going to be needing to move on to demos, so like I say, you can just throw any docker in right here to start with, just to get you there. And while you're here though, you do want to pick up 3 of these equipment plates. You can just stick them wherever for right now. And once we get to demos, we'll move them. And then also while here, make sure to pick up one of these, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, 50K missile launchers. They have the best range. These are the best missile launchers I have seen in the game yet. So be sure to pick up 3 of these. And now, at this point, you have, well, come on, place right. There we go. You have enough of the ship together to travel. Like I say, just throw that docker on there, and you can travel to demos, which I will show you where to go right now. We're going to want to go to the demo star yard. That is going to be over here in Seoul. And right there orbiting Mars, we're going to find the Demos Star Yard. So we'll just make our way there. Alright, we just dock with the Demos Star Yard. Hop on board.
How can I be
And to get to the
service,
ship
Captain?
technician, we just run straight down to the end. Off to the right here, down these stairs, and we want to talk this guy in the fancy get up here, Mr. Henderson. Now that we're at the Demos Star Yard, don't forget, let's go ahead and move this helium tank forward 1. And if you did, let's get these equipment plates out of the way because they're going to go elsewhere before we get done here. Just move this stuff here out of the way for right now. Alright. Now, so here at Demos, we're going to want the 110 DP Docker top. That's going to go right there for us. Then behind that, we're going to put 2 of these Demos hull A's. One's going to go right there. And one's going to go right there. Now, let's put one goes right there, Demos hull A's. One goes right there. One's going to go in front of the docker right there. And then we're going to have two more over here on this side, hiding our shield and grav drive. Now, in front of those, we're going to want to put these Demos Cowling 4s. We'll go with one there. One on the other side. And finally, one in the middle right there. Now, we're going to go with these Demos Spine A4s. There are 3 of them. One in front of each one of the Demos Cowlings. Alright, and then these plates. They are going to go one right there. One up top right there. And then lastly, one right there. Now, for the rocket launchers, of course you can put any weapons anywhere you want. But I went with one on each right there, and then one right in the middle up top. Then the Gauss, auto Gauss gun MKs. Of course, like I say, you can use anything you want. I put one right there on top of the cockpit, one right there on that, and one right there. And then finally, the alpha turrets, make sure, I think when you get them, they're pointed that way. Make sure that you turn them to where they point to the back. And they will totally shred anything that gets behind you. And place that last gun right there. And that is it. Thank you for watching the tutorial. If you wouldn't mind, go ahead and click like and subscribe. And as well, I will put up here in the corner a link to my playlist with all my other ship build tutorials.